All right, I am Reverend T. I am the unrefined priest, and today we're going to be talking about something that's kind of taking place in the Black community that I've noticed that that really makes me sad. I know I'm as white as can be. I am the palest, most Irish white dude there is. I get that, but I've spent time in the Black community. I grew up in the Black community in many parts, in many ways. I spent time in Black churches. I absolutely love them. And so a lot of what people are saying that is coming out of the Black community in the sense that Christianity is the white man's religion is kind of heartbreaking to me. I hate to see that. Several months ago, I think it was Monique who was bringing out this idea. And I have a clip of Monique sharing these ideas. I've got some things to say about that. But the first video I want to look at is Toni Braxton. Toni Braxton, you are killing me. Unbreak my heart. This is just another sad love song of going from Monique to Toni Braxton. I don't even think I can breathe again. I'm sorry. I will quit with the Toni Braxton montage of songs. I love Toni Braxton. I really do. And I was really sad to see this clip. But let me play it for you. This is just a short. Apparently she is talking to her sister on the phone, and she makes some comments that the Bible is just a book that is written by racist white men. So I'm going to play that for you, and then I want to kind of unpack that a little bit. So let me play that, and then we'll get to my thoughts on the back end.
Because it's important to know the word. How else we gonna battle all these demons and witchcraft? How else you gonna do it?
There are other books.
Girl, get off of my phone, girlfriend. Get off of my phone. I'll call you back.
I mean, that book was written by racist white
girl. Goodbye, girl.
All right, that's it. It's super short. Her sister's going to a Bible study. Toni Braxton is saying, "Why are you always reading the Bible?" And she says, "How else we gonna fight all these demons and witchcraft?" Which I absolutely love. But then she says there's other books out there. That book was written by racist white men. That's the very end of the clip. If you missed it, you can rewind it and catch it. It took me like 2 or 3 times to really figure out the words that she was saying there. But apparently this is Toni Braxton. I don't know, because I can't tell just by her speaking voice. Maybe if she was singing like some Unbreak My Heart. But I just wanted to unpack that a little bit, because I think this is a misconception that people have, that the Bible that we have today was like written by George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. It wasn't. And part of the confusion, I think, revolves around the idea of so many translations. And people get caught up in another translation coming out. And I wanted to just break down how translation actually works. So for example, we have like thousands of ancient manuscripts of the Bible. Some of them are full letters. Some of them are full books of the Bible. Others of them are pieces of the Bible. But you can take these manuscripts, put them together, translate them from their original language into English. And that is what takes place when people are doing Bible translations. They're not doing a new translation and going back to the King James Version or the ESV version or the NIV version. No, they're going back to the original transcripts that were written by Paul, Peter, and Luke. And these are not white men. These are Middle Eastern individuals. These are Jewish people, Middle Eastern people. They're not black people. They're not white people. They are Middle Eastern people that are writing these books. And we have the manuscripts, some really ancient manuscripts in which we are going back. And that is where translation work actually takes place, with the Hebrew and the Aramaic as well as the Greek. So I know that you can say, well, the ones that are doing the translating, the modern translating, maybe they're racist white people. Perhaps. I guess you could say that. But I think most people that are doing Bible translation are trying to be faithful to the Bible as much as possible. And so, and I don't know. I don't think that they're a bunch of racists trying to translate slavery into the Bible. So this is really sad to me because, again, I am a fan of Toni Braxton, and I hate to see that. But in this next clip, this is Monique, and she's really going to break it down a lot more. This video that I played for you with Toni Braxton, I don't think this was meant for our ears or our eyes. I don't know how this got out there, but it did. But this one on Monique, this was an interview that was done with Jesse Peterson, who is just an absolute wild man. And so he is going to be asking her about God, and she's going to be unpacking some of her thoughts. But it does have a similar ring to it as Toni Braxton, and in the sense that Christianity is a white man's religion. And I think that we need to understand that part of what Christianity does and what it was meant to do is to enter into cultures and be contextualized to that particular culture. Now, please hear me on this. I am not saying that the gospel of Jesus Christ is changed per culture that it goes into. That stays consistent. But how Christianity is practiced is generally contextualized. So even, for example, like I said, I spent some time in the African Episcopal churches, and so the AME churches. So I spent some time in those churches, which are generally African American churches. And it was very different from the church that I'm in right now, which is an Episcopal church. Why was it different? It was different because the culture is different. The people are different. And how they experience God and how they express God is different than you find in a white church. It's not better and it's not worse. It's different. It's contextualized to the community. And so when Christianity spreads and it goes to places like Africa and South America and Asia, they all look differently because they are entering into a very different culture with very different people. And so, yes, I do think in the United States that we have whitewashed Jesus a little too much. And certainly, the images of Jesus who looks like a German, those are not accurate images. But I also think that the African American churches have done a really good job of bringing Christianity into the African American community in a sense that it looks different than it does in an all-white community. Ideally, we would be mixed. Congregations would have white, they would have black. As it is, we generally tend to self-segregate, which is unfortunate. But you do see the contextualizing of Jesus per the community that it's being entered into. And And I think that the African American churches have a beautiful expression of Christianity. And it's not white racist men. It is their own flavor of Christianity, and I love that, and I don't want to lose that. I don't want it to become all white Christianity. And so when people like Monique and Toni Braxton start saying these things, that immediately gives me concern, because if we lose the black churches, then we're losing something that is of great importance and really significant. And I don't want to lose that. Now, if we lose the TD Jakes and the Creflo Dollars, I'm fine with that. The prosperity gospel has to get rooted out of the church. But you cannot lose these beautiful expressions of Christianity that come from a variety of different races and ethnicities. So let me play Monique for you. I'm not as much of a fan of Monique as I am Toni Braxton, but I'm not a hater of Monique either. So let me get this rolling here.
Shit. Yeah. See, so when you ask me, am I Christian? It's like, I really don't like, but I have to say this, that's a religion that was given to us. That is a white man's religion that he said, this is our white God, and this is what you believe. So no, Jesse, I am not Christian. And I would, for my beautiful people, it's like, y'all find it for yourself. Find it for yourself. And if finding it for yourself means...
Let me just pause there and say, she's 100% correct. Christianity is a religion that was given to African Americans when they were brought over in slavery. Christianity is also a religion that was given to white people too. It's not originally our religion either. It was given to us just like it's given to them. And part of what Christianity is supposed to do is it's supposed to keep on giving. It's supposed to be giving to people in Asia, people in South America, people in Europe, and it just keeps on spreading over and over and over again. That is the beauty of Christianity, is that it's not relegated to a certain race or ethnicity. It is given to everybody, and it is welcoming and embracing of everybody. And so all that it does is it calls you to live into the gospel of Jesus Christ, but nobody is excluded. It's not in a sense like Judaism, where it is first primarily for the Jewish people, although you can opt in. Christianity has kind of a mandate attached to it of proclaiming this out to the world. So all of us are being given Christianity. None of us have this as our original faith. And so just as it was given to African Americans, it was given to the Irish and the German and the English and the Italians, all the same. Let me keep going.
You know what? I got a husband and my husband got 3 wives, and all of us are good with that. Then everybody good. You're going to hell, and that's wrong, and that's bad. Based off of what and who?
So you believe that Christianity is the white man's religion?
Well, who taught it to us?
I'm sorry?
Who taught it to us?
Well, for me, my parents did. But,
and who taught it to them?
But Christianity is not about a color at all.
Jesse?
Real Christian is about the spirit.
I'm going to say this to you, and this is just my humble opinion. If it's not about a color, then make them the true color. See, I've been able to travel the world, and I've seen where that Jesus is black, baby. If it's not about a color.
All right, so she's definitely bringing out the point that, Jesus is depicted as white, and he oftentimes is, and that's a clear fault of the Western, Europe, American mindset of Jesus. We certainly, I'm going to take that hit. 100%. We did whitewash Jesus 100%. But the thing that Jesse is bringing out here is that Christianity It doesn't have anything to do with color, ethnicity, any of that. It has to do with being brought into the person and work of Jesus Christ. And that is open to all people. And actually, the greatest way that we can show love to someone who is different from us is to actually offer the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so I just wanted to talk about this a little bit because I wanted to talk about Monique like a month ago, but then the Toni Braxton thing just really drove the point home, is that I do feel as though there is a movement in the African American communities that Christianity is the white man's religion. And I hate that idea is percolating out there. I did want to address it and go from there. But again, my name is Reverend T. I am the Unrefined Priest. If you like what we're doing, hit that like button as well as the subscribe button. We'd love to get to know you a little bit more, and I'll catch you on the next one.